Have you ever thought about why some couples flourishes in intimacy while others struggle to connect at a deeper level? Or why do some moments with your partner feel so rewarding while others fall short of expectations? If this is the case, you are not alone and have come to the proper place. Intimacy is one of the most fundamental parts of any love relationship, although it is sometimes misunderstood or dismissed. Today, we're delving into the mysteries of intimacy, discovering surprising facts about female sexuality, and discussing how you might have a more rewarding relationship with your spouse. In this video, we'll go over everything from practical ways to improve your love life to unexpected facts about how women sense intimacy. We'll look at how minor changes can impact your relationship, as well as strategies for overcoming typical obstacles like premature ejaculation or physical discomfort during intercourse. Before we begin, please subscribe and enable notifications so that you never miss out on our insights. And if you found this helpful, a thumbs up would be really appreciated. It allows us to reach out to more people like you. Finally, we'd want to hear from you. Now, sit back, relax, and prepare to hear actionable techniques that will alter not only your love life, but your entire relationship. Let's get started. There are numerous myths and misunderstandings around intimacy that might prevent you from developing a truly fulfilling connection with your partner. One of the most popular myths is that all women feel pleasure in the same way. This couldn't be further from the truth. Every woman's body is unique, and knowing this is the first step toward a more meaningful relationship. For example, did you know that physical discomfort during intimacy is significantly more prevalent than individuals realize? This can happen for a variety of reasons, but one of the most commonly missed is body alignment. Certain positions might create physical strain and discomfort in women with bigger breasts. When discomfort enters the picture, it can break the flow of intimacy and make both partners feel alienated. Experiences during intimacy also have a significant impact on how women perceive the moment. For example, speedier ejaculation in men may disrupt the flow for women, resulting in an imbalance. This is where communication becomes vital. To achieve harmony in the experience, partners must communicate openly and adjust to each other's demands. Another prevalent fallacy is that there is a one-size-fits-all solution to pleasure. The truth is, what works for one woman may not work for another. For example, although some women like typical erogenous zones such as the neck or ears, others seek stimulation in less visible locations. Did you know that a soft kiss on the stomach may be extremely stimulating for many women? It's not something most people consider, yet simple acts of connection like this can have a significant impact on closeness. Understanding these differences and dispelling preconceptions about female sexuality is essential for developing a stronger connection with your spouse. Remember, it's all about listening to what feels right for her and being willing to try new ways to connect. By taking the time to understand and respect these differences, you will not only improve your physical relationship, but also build your emotional tie. When individuals think about intimacy, they frequently think of specific places of the body, such as the neck, lips, or ears. While these places are sensitive for many people, there are other less well-known zones that can be equally, if not more, arousing. One such location is the stomach. For many women, a light kiss or touch on the tummy can be quite intimate and stimulating. It's a location that is sometimes overlooked, yet may elicit an unexpected level of connection and excitement. The stomach, with its thin layer of skin so close to the core, is an extremely sensitive area. A delicate touch or a tender kiss can generate sentiments of vulnerability and trust, both of which are important components of intimacy. This demonstrates a key truth about physical connection. Pleasure does not always follow the expected pattern. When you step outside of these conventions and pay attention to your partner's individual replies, you'll find so much more. Discovering these lesser-known areas together might not only increase physical pleasure, but also strengthen emotional connection. It's about taking the time to experiment and discover what feels good, rather than depending on assumptions or stereotypes. Another noteworthy observation is that these zones can differ substantially between individuals. One woman's stomach may be extremely sensitive, while another's is not. This is why communication and experimenting are so important in relationships. A simple discussion about what feels good or a willingness to try new things can make all the difference. So, the next time you and your partner want to share an intimate moment, think about going somewhere new. Take your time, be gentle, and listen to her responses. The most profound connections are frequently made during these subtle, unexpected moments. Let's discuss a topic that is frequently neglected but deserves more attention: intimacy during a woman's menstrual cycle. For others, this may feel like unfamiliar ground, but the truth is that many women like being intimate during this time. In fact, for some, it might be an especially enjoyable experience. The increased blood flow during a woman's period can increase sensitivity, making certain sensations more intense. This physiological alteration, along with natural lubrication, can result in a unique type of closeness that many women find immensely pleasant. For some couples, intimacy during this time strengthens their emotional bond by demonstrating acceptance and comfort with each other's bodies in their most natural state. Of course, not everyone agrees on this. Some men may be hesitant or less eager, while many women may feel self-conscious. This is very natural, and the most crucial aspect here is open communication. Speaking openly about comfort levels, preferences, and boundaries can help you navigate this time in a way that feels good for both of you. For individuals who are willing to experiment with intimacy during this time, preparedness can make a big difference. Simple things like using a towel or testing it in the shower will alleviate any concerns about cleanliness. The goal should always be to make both parties feel comfortable and cared for. It's also worth remembering that intimacy during menstruation can be both physical and highly emotional. Many women experience hormonal changes around this time, which might heighten their desire for affection, tenderness, and connection. Intimacy, whether in the form of cuddling or gentle touch, can bring comfort, effort, and reassurance. The message is straightforward. Each woman's body and preferences are unique, and there is no right or wrong way to approach this. What is most important is respecting each other's sentiments and determining what works best for your partnership. Being honest and understanding not only helps you get through this difficult moment, but it also fosters a deeper sense of trust and emotional intimacy, which enriches your relationship in the long run. Foreplay is frequently considered as a prelude to the main event. but it is much more than that. For many women, foreplay is more than just physical. It is intensely emotional. It's a way to feel wanted, valued, and connected. In fact, research revealed that roughly 40% of women believe that foreplay should begin with nipple stimulation, as it's one of the most sensitive regions of the female body. This emphasizes a key point. Foreplay isn't about checking off a list. It's about understanding your partner's wants and creating an environment of trust and connection. One of the most prevalent blunders in intimacy is to speed through foreplay. Arousal in women frequently builds more slowly than in men, making this stage of intimacy important. Gentle touches, kisses, and playful exploration can all contribute to a stronger physical connection. But beyond the physical, foreplay is also about emotional intimacy. Taking the effort to show your partner that you value and care for them can make a huge difference. Emotional security is important here. When women feel emotionally safe and attached, they tend to enjoy more intense physical pleasure. This means that small gestures like making eye contact, whispering pleasant words, or even taking the time to hold hands can have a huge impact on how intimacy evolves. It's also vital to understand that what works for one individual might not work for another. Communication is your strongest ally. Asking queries such as "what feels good for you?" or "is there something you'd like to try?" encourages open and honest conversation. These chats may feel unpleasant at first, but they are necessary for developing a satisfying, intimate connection. Physical contact is not the only requirement for foreplay. Emotional connection can begin far before you enter the bedroom. A meaningful praise, a kind gesture, or simply reminiscing about shared memories can all set the tone for a night of connection and closeness. The crucial message is that foreplay is more than just a prelude to intimacy. It serves as a bridge between emotional trust and physical passion, laying the groundwork for a deeper, more profound connection. When you take the time to connect on both emotional and physical levels, you're not just preparing for intimacy, you're also strengthening the link that keeps your partnership together. Let's look at some practical strategies for taking your personal relationship to the next level. These basic but sometimes ignored practices can significantly improve how you and your spouse connect physically and emotionally. 1. Hydration and physical readiness. Did you realize that being hydrated might improve intimacy? When your body is properly hydrated, you have more energy and are more physically responsive. This can significantly improve the quality of your intimate experiences. It's such a basic process, but many people skip it. So before you spend quality time together, make sure you're both in good physical and mental health. 2. Sensory exploration with blindfolds. Adding a little adventure to your relationship can rekindle the spark and strengthen your bond. Exploring sensory play is one inventive method to accomplish this. Using a blindfold, for example, can enhance your other senses, including touch, hearing, and scent. By removing the sense of sight, even the smallest touch or whisper can become amplified, resulting in a more intense and stimulating experience. You don't need to complicate things. Simple actions like delicately sliding your fingers across your partner's skin or playing quiet music in the background can convert the moment into something amazing. Remember that the goal is to experiment together, to see what works, not to achieve perfection. 3. Trying new positions. Simply changing postures can make a significant difference in the bedroom. While the missionary position remains popular among many women because to its comfort and emotional connection, exploring alternatives such as spooning or standing postures can lead to new opportunities. For example, spooning is an excellent choice for both emotional intimacy and physical stimulation. It's calm, intimate, and promotes deeper connection while also providing physical satisfaction. Standing positions, on the other hand, can boost energy and improve endurance in both partners. The trick is to figure out what works best for you and your spouse. Take your time exploring and keep in mind that the goal is to have fun together. 4. Natural lubricants for enhanced comfort. Another useful technique is to incorporate natural lubricant into your intercourse. Saliva, for example, can improve feelings and make things feel smoother and more pleasant. However, moderation is essential. Using too much or applying it directly to sensitive regions may result in discomfort. Always listen to your partner's cues and strike the balance that feels good for both of you. 5. Communication is key. Finally, never underestimate the power of communication. Ask your partner what they appreciate and be honest about your own tastes. Intimacy is a shared experience, and feedback should always be received without judgment. This openness fosters a safe environment in which both partners can explore and grow. By following these practical suggestions, you can live a more fulfilling and stimulating intimate life. Remember that intimacy is a journey. It's not about getting to your destination, but about enjoying the voyage together. Communication is the core of all intimate relationships. Without it, even the most passionate relationships may fall short of their full potential. Open, honest, and judgment-free discussions about what you and your spouse enjoy or don't enjoy are essential for developing a successful and satisfying relationship. 1. Feedback without judgment. Let us begin with one of the most basic principles: providing and accepting criticism without prejudice. No one is born knowing precisely what their partner desires or requires in the bedroom. It's a discovery process, which is made much easier when both parties feel comfortable expressing themselves. For example, if something isn't working, provide good feedback. I love it when you do this. Maybe we could try a bit more of that. This approach ensures that your partner does not feel chastised, and instead views your comments as an opportunity to develop closer. 2. Recognizing nonverbal cues. Not every communication has to be verbal. Often, your partner's body language or subtle gestures can convey volumes. For example, a spouse wrapping their legs over you during intimacy may be indicating a desire for a deeper connection. Similarly, changes in breathing, movement, or even eye contact can signal comfort or discomfort. Pay attention to the nonverbal cues. Being aware of each other's physical and emotional responses fosters trust and demonstrates to your spouse that you are present and totally engaged in the moment. 3. Asking the right questions. Sometimes starting a conversation might be awkward, but asking the proper questions can make all the difference. Questions like, what do you enjoy the most about our time together? Is there something new you'd like to try? Can lead to deeper closeness. These inquiries demonstrate to your spouse that you value their requirements and are prepared to modify to improve the overall experience for both of you. 4. Creating a safe space. Finally, ensure that your spouse feels safe sharing their thoughts and wants without fear of being judged. Developing this level of emotional stability takes time, but it results in a stronger, more connected relationship. When both partners feel heard and understood, It initiates a circle of trust, respect, and love. At the end of the day, communication is more than just talking. It's also about listening, observing, and responding in a way that makes your partner feel appreciated. The more you invest in understanding each other, the more rewarding your partnership will be. Intimacy is a journey of discovery, and one of the best ways to strengthen your bond is to use tools and practices that can improve the experience for both partners. While many people are hesitant to attempt new things, being willing to move outside of your comfort zone can add excitement and satisfaction to your relationship. 1. The role of sex toys. Sex toys can be an excellent complement to your sexual life, whether used alone or with a partner. Many women rely on gadgets like vibrators to achieve orgasm, particularly clitoral stimulation. According to studies, around 80% of women who use vibrators experience more consistent and pleasant orgasms. However, sex toys are about more than just physical pleasure. They also promote self-discovery. Women can use vibrators or other devices to better understand their bodies and communicate their needs to their partners. Exploring these instruments as a partnership can foster a sense of inquiry and teamwork, which deepens emotional and physical relationships. The trick is to go into this with an open mind. Talk to your spouse about what you want to attempt and make it a joint experience. Whether you're introducing something as simple as a little massager or looking into more complicated choices, the idea is to establish a joyful, judgment-free setting in which both parties feel comfortable. 2. Natural lubricants for comfort. Using natural lubricants, like as saliva, can also significantly improve feelings. While synthetic lubricants are commonly available, natural alternatives are more convenient and can provide a more personal experience. However, moderation is necessary. Using too much or applying it directly to sensitive regions may result in discomfort. It's all about finding the right balance for both of you. 3. Experimenting with sensual techniques. Experimenting with different ways might also help to enrich your intimate encounters. For example, using sensory play, such as blindfolds or feather touches, might enhance the experience by removing one sense while amplifying others. When sight is lost, touch, hearing, and even scent become more noticeable, making every moment feel more thrilling. You can also experiment with alternating soft and hard touches, temperature play with warm or cool sensations, or just slowing down the tempo. These tiny alterations have the potential to elevate ordinary intimacy to remarkable levels. 4. Exploring new positions. Switching positions is another effective technique to add variety and pleasure to your relationship. While traditional positions like missionary are popular because to their comfort and emotional connection, exploring alternatives such as spooning can provide a new level of intimacy. The spooning position, for example, allows for close body contact while also delivering adequate physical stimulation, making it excellent for both physical and emotional intimacy. If you're searching for something more daring, standing poses can help you build endurance while also delivering different angles of stimulation. The crucial thing is to keep an open mind and focus on mutual happiness. Trying new positions isn't about flawless execution. It's about discovering and connecting. 5. Communication during exploration. Finally, remember that using new tools and processes necessitates open communication. before trying something new. Consult with your partner and check in on a regular basis to ensure that they are comfortable and enjoying the experience. When you approach exploration as a group, it not only improves your physical connection, but also fosters trust and intimacy. By implementing these skills and approaches into your relationship, you may build a more rich and meaningful, intimate life for yourself and your partner. As we near the end of this journey, it's vital to remember that intimacy is a continuous process of growth, exploration, and connection. Every modest effort you make, whether via conversation, experimenting with new tools and techniques, or simply paying closer attention to your partner's needs, can bring you closer together. Before we wrap up, here's a quick recap of the most important insights we've shared today. Breaking myths about female sexuality. Every woman is unique, and understanding her body's demands is critical for developing a meaningful relationship. Exploring sensitivity zones. Sometimes the most neglected regions, such as a delicate kiss on the stomach, can result in the strongest connections. Intimacy. During menstrual periods, some women may become more sensitive during this period, but open communication and mutual comfort are essential. The role of foreplay. Foreplay isn't just about the physical, it's about emotional bonding and creating a sense of security. Practical tips to enhance intimacy. From hydration to trying new positions, small adjustments can make a big difference. The power of communication. Open dialogue, recognizing nonverbal cues, and creating a safe space for feedback can deepen your relationship. Dancing pleasure. Through tools. Exploring sex toys, natural lubricants, and sensory play can bring fresh excitement and satisfaction. Finally, intimacy encompasses more than just physical connection. It's about establishing an environment where you and your spouse can feel safe, loved, and appreciated. Discovering what works well for both of you is one of the most enjoyable aspects of a relationship. If you've made it this far, thank you for joining me in this conversation. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what resonated with you the most. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with someone who might benefit from it, and subscribe to our channels for more valuable insights on love, relationships, and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.